Alright, I have the new fuse going in. I got a few pieces here. Hey everyone, welcome back to another one. In today's video, I am going to do some trap prep. I'm going to be welding up some trapping stakes, but first I need to go in my truck here and get some fuses for the fuse box. Yes, I still have fuses in this garage. That's the way I bought it. That's the way my father-in-law had it set up when we bought it from him. So I got to change out the fuse, and what I have is it's called a reset. I'm a mini breaker. It's got that little tab, little button reset on the fuse, which is kind of cool actually. So I'm going to change that out. As you can tell, this light is out, and that's the outlet that's on that fuse, and the welder is right there. So before I do anything, I got to take that old fuse out, replace it with a new one, and I can start welding. What I found out is that with that welder, I can only weld for a few seconds, and that's it. Otherwise, it's gonna pop a fuse. All right, I have the new fuse going in. Well, there we go. Now the moment of truth. I'm going to get things ready for welding, and hopefully it doesn't pop, and I got to make sure I don't weld for too long. I don't know. I don't remember how long you can do that for. I think 10 seconds is probably too long, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to make do with what I have. I'm going to save some money, I guess. I could buy these, but I don't want to do that. You know, I want to have it full circle for trapping season, prep, setting, the whole 9 yards as far as trapping's considered. So I'm going in my truck. I've got to get some rebar. I got some number 4 bar. I got a few pieces here, and I'll show you what my setup is in a few seconds here. I have bought 2 new vice grips. Actually, they're curved jaw locking pliers, but I'm going to take some washers, put them on the ends of each piece of rebar, and I'll show you the setup that I have. All right, so what I'm going to do is, like I said, take a washer, put it over this number 4 piece of rebar, and then I'm going to take a vice grip, put it to how high I want it, clamp it in there. I just got to clamp a little bit tighter. That way the washer's straight. I'm going to go up. I think I'll go right there and clamp it, grip it down, and then I drilled a hole in the board. I don't have any kind of metal workbench or anything like that, so this is going to have to work. So I'm going to take this other one, raise it up a little bit, a piece of rebar, put that in the vice grips, tighten it up. Now it's going to stay right here. So this is my setup. Like I said, I don't have a metal workbench that I can weld on. I just got this whole kind of contraption here. I got the vice grip on the bottom holding up the rebar, then a piece of the vice grip here holding the washer flat, and then I'm going to just take a little, weld a little bubble there, and then take the clamp off, take the vice grip off, and do the rest of it. So I'm going to get things ready. I'll set this back up and I'm going to start welding. If I happen to pop the fuse, I'll push that button on the fuse. If that doesn't work like I want it, I'll have to go somewhere else. I think my wife's cousins, or my wife's uncles, two of them have welders. One is pretty close here. Maybe I'll weld over there, but I'm hoping this works because I don't want to rely on anyone else to get my stuff done. So sit back, enjoy. If you made it this far, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, hype after you hit the comment part, and thumbs up, yeah, subscribe. So I'm going to get my welding helmet, get everything set up, and I'm going to start welding. Well, that seemed to work. I need to work on my welding a little bit, but I think it'll get the job done. Clean it up a little bit. Got to fill in some more spots, and I also want to get on the underside too. I don't want to neglect that either, so I'm going to put a few tacks under there and go with that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy how this is turning out. Ain't the prettiest, but I'm not a professional welder. I'm not certified. I've done it with stick. I feel like I'm better with stick than I am with wire. But a wire welder is what I have, and that's what I'm going to use. So I have like maybe 7 more to do, so I'm going to work on all of this, and I'm going to weld on all of those, clean them up, and I am going to show you next what I'm going to use them for. Most of you probably know what I am going to use them for. Obviously trapping, because this is a trapping video preparation kind of thing, and I'm going to use them for dog proofs, and I think they're only going to hold raccoons, and they're strong, but not that strong. So stick around and I'll show you what I get done. And I have another idea too for that'll be the next video. So stick around, I'll be right back. Well, this is going to take me a while. I have to change another tip out for the second time because I get too close and I end up filling up the hole for where the wire comes out. So I need to switch those out. I'm on my second one since I started, which that ain't good. But I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with them. I know I said what I said I was going to do. And let's go out in the backyard. I'll show you. Well, most of you know what rebar stakes are for. I use them for dog proofs. You can also use them. They sell something to add to your trap where you can crisscross them for any kind of trapping, I guess. So basically it goes like this, but I use the rebar stakes for my dog proofs. And for the beginner, if you want to make these two, go ahead. If not, they're on any trapping supply website. Cabela's, I believe, has them. if you're in like my area, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Fleet Farm has, I think they might have them, but I'm not sure. But this is a, I believe, an 18-inch. Holy cow. 18-inch, yeah, a raccoon ain't gonna pull this. So 18 inches is plenty long for your dog proof. And if the ground is froze, it's gonna be that much easier to hold and probably a little harder to pull out. And so I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna pound it back in. In my last video, I had anchors that I use and the ones that I don't want to use. And the rebar stakes come in handy for anything. Stunning, I guess. And you could use this too. Actually, just looking at this now, on my last video, I had where you could wrap the chain around a piece of rebar or your stake driver and pull up. I just had, what do they call it, an epiphany. What you could do is, there's a swivel right here, okay? Take that, stick your rebar in, get some good footing, and use your piece of rebar stake or your stake driver, if it fits, and just pull up. You have a handle. You don't have to sit there. Let me put it back down. You don't have to sit there and use your hands on the chain where you could possibly slip, cut yourself on the dog-proof stake itself. So you could go like this, but you're gonna have more leverage that I just realized to pull your rebar stake out of the ground. So this is, I don't know if it's a money saving kind of a thing for me, but I like doing things full circle. Granted, like I said, it's not a perfect weld, but it's gonna hold a raccoon. So, well, that didn't work. But yeah, if you found this video informational, educational, interesting, boring, let me know in the comments down below. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button here, and or tab, whatever they call it. But so I am going to finish welding. I changed the tip out. I may have to buy new tips for the trigger, for the wand. What are they called? I don't even know what they call it. The wand, trigger. But anyways, I have an idea for your sledge for digging trap beds, and it might help out. I had this idea the other day, and I think it's gonna work. But stick around for that video, and what gets you outdoors, and enjoy the little things.